What's up and what's going on, y'all? I was just watching a video and somebody was talking about gambling as far as it being lonely. And I guess that's true if you're losing. Then I guess that would be lonely. But let's just say if you got a handle on things where it's not, where you're doing something that you know you have good opportunity at winning. Like I say, I play poker. I don't mess around with craps. I don't mess around with roulettes. I don't play slots. I don't even play blackjack, right? So basically, I try to play games that I can control. Poker is that. I can control that. I don't even sports bet, right? But I don't, to me, I don't think it's lonely because I look at it as a side hustle, and I also take my game very serious. Um, Depending on what you think the definition of that is, my definition of being serious is just going and not playing just to lose money, right? If you lose because you went down fighting, right? But you're not just playing and calling anything, right, out of boredom. If you go play poker, I would say the best thing you can do for your mentality is prepare to be bored because the cards come out and they're going to land how they land. And what you're trying to do is hope when your cards do reach in front of you that it's a playable hand, right? Now, some days you can play it and you'll see yourself hitting everything just about for the first 30 minutes, a good run, good 30 minutes. And some days you can sit there and you can't hit the side of a barn. You can go 2 hours, 3 hours if you're going to sit there that long. I'm at the point that I give myself an hour and a half. And if I'm playing and nothing is happening and I'm not catching anything, um, I will get up, I'll walk around if I'm not ready to leave. It all depends, right? If I haven't done anything to make me feel that I'm playing bad, I'm playing poorly, then I will stay there. I just say, okay, be patient, wait till the cards come, and eventually it's going to happen. If it doesn't, then chalk it up, right? Leave with your money. Don't if you only playing blinds. I'm talking about when you just playing blinds. That's in poker, and you just playing blinds only. If you playing your blind and you just never get anything, then that's not bad. Say you buy $20 worth of blinds, right? You just play those blinds. When you out of your 1-2, right? If you make your decision right there, right then and there. I just bought $20 worth of whites and I have not done anything with it, right? Nothing's happening. So now you make your decision and you go ahead and you get up and you either walk around for a little while, take a break, come back later, or you just go ahead and you sit there and you just be patient and wait. So always prepare to be bored. But being lonely, I guess it all depends on what you're playing because I think if you're sitting at a slot machine, maybe that's boring. But if I'm playing poker, I got conversation from adults, and we will talk about topics. So we'll discuss sports. We just have a good time with it. But I'm not having fun. I'm only talking to people that's expressing something that really means something to me. I'm not joking because those things like that can take you off your game and you're not paying attention. And I've seen players do that. I've done it myself where you're joking around and you didn't see something and you miss your opportunity. So I always, when I'm playing, I appreciate being lonely because I'm there. I guess if you want to say it's lonely, then I guess that's fine because, like I said, I go and I prepare to be bored because poker can be just that. When it's good, and when it's not, you will be bored. And that's like anything, man. I Gambling itself is part of life. We gamble all the time, no matter what you do. From simple things, being married, that's a gamble, right? You do it. A lot of people don't want to waste the time with it anymore these days. But when people do get married, that's a gamble. You hoping that it's for better, for worse. You hoping that it's from the beginning to the end, right? You're not doing it just to say in so many years that I've been with this person faithfully, and then in so many years, wake up one morning and we calling it quits, right? Why get married if that's the case? So you gambling. That's a gamble. We gamble when we go outside and we jump in our vehicles. The minute you jump on the road, that's a gamble from you getting from point A to point B. right? That's just a gamble. So when you're talking about gambling, that's just a way and it's a part of life. There's no way around it. We gamble every day, even when we don't think we are. You're gambling. When you really think about it, everybody's a gambler in this world. When it comes to money, people have their opinions about what people do as far as that goes. They say, you make all that money just to go throw it away, gamble. Well, if you're the kind of person like myself, I don't mess with clothes. I got a Z71 2026 Chevy Tahoe. I got a nice house, but I don't buy clothes. I don't buy jewelry. I don't drink. I don't go out, right? As far as the definition of going to the clubs and things like that, all those days are behind me. So my days now are just tending to my home, right? Going fishing, and playing poker. Pretty much. That's it. If anybody asks, they call me on the phone or they text me. And if I say I hit you back, they say, where you at? Oh, you playing poker. They know already. They know already. That's where I'm going to be at. I love playing. So basically, in my area, I'm going to do it because that is what I love doing. And I never wake up in the morning with a look like, oh my God, I don't want to play today. I'm lonely, this and that. I just don't have that type of mindset. When I get up, I get the energy and the challenge of feeling that I'm finna go and try to dominate the table and get what I'm looking for, right? I'm not looking to play it all day. I'm looking to get a quota. And if it's, like I said before, if you see my other videos, I say 2 and above, even 1 and above is all right by me. Because sometimes it takes a while, like I told you before, be prepared to be bored. And some days when you're sitting there, you may not catch anything. You see videos, and by the time they get done editing it, they make it look like the action is always there. They never show everybody at the table folding, right? And then the last 2 say you want to chop it up. And that's what happens because sometimes cards just don't come nobody's way. But when you're watching it on video, they're going to make it look like poker is always exciting, that it's always hot and things like that. And that's just not true. Poker is, it takes a minute, right? Especially if you're playing No Limit Hold'em. If you're playing No Limit Hold'em, you're only getting 2 cards in your hand. And if you don't get the right cards, you're just going to keep folding. You're going to keep folding. You're going to keep folding until you get something that looks playable. Some guys do get bored when they're playing. And when they get bored, they look at it differently than I look at it. When I'm bored, I'm happy because I ain't losing any money. But at the same time, I still want a good hand to play. And until I get it, I guess I'll be bored, right? But some people, when they're playing, they have to see everything. I got players that I know that will call you down with anything and everything. It don't have to be suited connected. It don't have to make sense. It just has to be in their hand and they got the money to say call. And if you raise, they will still call and see if they can bust whatever they think you got. Some of them gamble that way. To them, that's their gamble. They want to see if they can bust those hands in poker that's supposed to be legit winners, right? So they want to try to conquer it. And if they do, you're not going to see it, guarantee it. A lot of times, if you have a pocket pair of aces or something like that, and somebody called you with, let's say something, you put it a good $80, right, on pocket aces, and somebody called you 80. And let's just say they got a pair of 3s. Well, if they hit that 3, you're not going to see it. You're thinking they must be calling because maybe they got 10s or better, right, or something like that, and those never hit the board. But let's just say that 3, a 7, and a 9 hit the board, right? You're not going to see that. You're going to keep on. You should check and see where they're at. But a lot of times when we got a hand like that, we're trying to conquer, we're trying to dominate. So we throw our money out there again, they call you, and next thing you know, you just got your aces cracked by a pair of 3s because somebody wanted to pop your aces because they knew you had a good hand and they knew if they lost, it's nothing to them to go back in their pocket and grab out some more money. But a lot of times that is what they do. They want to get the rush of knowing they beat that hand. Right, and players do it. If you play poker, you would see that all the time, and you'd be like, "What the? Can't believe you called that," and they'll laugh. But those are the players that's on the table. You want them to call. You want them to call. You want that call all day. But a lot of times when they do it, if it does go their way, you're not going to see it. So, yeah, to me, I don't think there's anything lonely about it. But I get it. If you are doing things that you really can't control when you're in a casino, especially, and we're talking about slots, we talk about craps, we talk about roulette, we're talking about all kind of other games that they offer into a casino. A lot of those games you cannot control. You're at the mercy of the casino, and hopefully you on something hot and you can win big. But a lot of times, when you're playing poker, you do have the opportunity to control how your game is going to be. If you're good at it, then you know you can control your cash flow while you're sitting at the table. But you don't want to be loose, and you don't want to be that player that just gets on the table and then just say, "Let's go, let's play." Right? I'm here to have fun. I'm here to gamble. You got players that will say that. I'm here to gamble. And that's what they're going to do. When that happens, you got a decision to make. And I'm the type of player, I'm not there to gamble. I'm there to win, and I'm there to say, may the best man win, right? So if you respect in the game, then that's what I'm there for. But the minute somebody comes in, and I got players, man, that if I'm up, I ain't trying to lose my money to them. I'm not trying to lose my money to them. These are the players that are like flies. They will not go away. They like little gnats, and they will irritate the crap out of you when you're sitting at the table. So you just never know where they're at. And if you're the kind of player that you're not trying to disrespect your value of what you feel about poker, then it's wise to get up and leave. And I know players that will do just that. If they come there and play and they see a certain player or they see more than one sitting at the table, oh yeah, they getting up and they're going to cash out because it's not what they're there for. It happens. So with that said, I'm out. Like and subscribe. Like I said, and to me, my opinion, I'm not lonely when I'm playing, right? When I'm playing, I'm not lonely. And I go out every day, but I'm not lonely. So with that said, I'm out. Y'all be cool. Peace.